Hey guys, welcome back to the Style and Beauty Doctor on YouTube, and in today's video we are going to be talking about why you might want to have a wardrobe of moisturizers. Now that's quite a phrase, wardrobe of moisturizers, but if you're like, well, what do you mean and why would I might need that? Keep watching. What I mean by a wardrobe of moisturizers, doesn't that just sound so fancy? But anyway, what I mean by a wardrobe of moisturizers is pretty much you have a moisturizer on the hand for a certain situation. Now, this is not going to apply to everyone, but we'll get into the reasons why you might want to have one. Now, I have a wardrobe of moisturizers, and it's not only because I'm a beauty blogger and people send me a lot of things. I also fit into the categories that we're going to be talking about in this video because I too have a wardrobe of moisturizer, and these are just the daytime ones, and we're going to just focus on daytime moisturizers for this video. So, number one, why you might want to have a wardrobe of moisturizers. You might live in a climate where there are different seasons. So, I live here in New York City in the Northeast. We get four distinct, well, we're supposed to get four distinct seasons, but within the seasons, we also get seasons, it seems. Like, for instance, we're in February. It snowed yesterday. There was a snowstorm. A couple of days before that, it was freezing cold. But you know what today's temperature is? What today's high temperature is going to be? 54 degrees. So, the moisturizer that I'm wearing today is not the same moisturizer that I wore when it was super cold out. So, when you have the well, not necessarily four seasons, because some people only have two seasons. Some people may have like a dry season and a wet season, or mild and then sort of mild. You know what I mean? So if the weather changes more than once during the year where you live, it's probably a good idea for you to have a wardrobe of moisturizer. So my moisturizer, I have a moisturizer for summer, I have a moisturizer for spring, and typically my spring moisturizer is the same for fall, give or take some skincare issues that may pop up in the different seasons. And then I, of course, have moisturizers for winter. Sometimes in winter I have two different moisturizers. Sometimes I have, my fall moisturizer might be able to carry me into the winter, but when it gets really, really cold, I tend to wear something that's more hydrating and has more ingredients that protect my skin from the cold elements. So that's one reason why you may want a wardrobe of moisturizers, because as the seasons change, the way that your skin reacts to it changes as well. So I have oily skin. It's oily year-round. It's not as oily in the winter. Sometimes it might feel it can feel a little dry in the winter depending on how cold it gets and if I'm running in the indoor heating, yada yada. In the summertime, my skin gets super oily. In the spring and the fall, it can be, depending on what the temperatures are, it can be a slightly oilier, but not as oily as it is in the summer. So, number two, another reason why you may want a wardrobe of moisturizers, your skin issues can change. So this especially happens as we get older. You may be a teenager moving into your 20s, or you're in your 20s moving into your 30s, or in your 30s moving into your 40s, and so on and so forth. Our hormones change, and that could also change the way our skin looks and behaves. So for instance, I am in my mid-30s, and my skin, what was that, maybe a year or two ago, I was battling some crazy adult acne because my hormones were like, well, I don't know if my hormones were like that. Maybe they were more like this. I don't know. But they were doing what hormones typically do as you approach, your silver years. But I was battling with some crazy adult acne that was leaving dark marks, and then I had to get rid of the dark marks, and then as soon as the dark marks were just about to go away, more acne would come. So it was like a vicious cycle. So during that time, I was using moisturizers that were, more built on my adult acne regimen. As a matter of fact, I was using the Myriad adult acne line, and I was using the moisturizer that was in that line. And a lot of times when I have the breakouts, I try not to do too much, So I like to use a lower dosage of active ingredient when my adult acne is acting up, because what happens is also as our hormones are changing, the amount of oil that our skin produces tends to reduce some, especially even if you have oily skin. It's not as oily as it was when you were younger. Again, hormones changing the way that your skin looks and behaves. And I don't want to dry my skin out, because then you go dry your skin, and you can dry out oily skin. You can have dehydrated oily skin, and it's not a great sight, because then your skin is like, yo man, what's going on? And it produces even more oil, and that can cause more issues, right? So I prefer to use something that's a lower dosage that's still effective, and I like that in the Murad Anti-Aging Acne line. But then as the acne started to subside, then sometimes I might have issues with radiance, especially as it gets cold, because, you know, the skin's not turning over as quickly in the colder months, and then the skin's not turning over as quickly as we start to age as well. So, you know, there may be some radiance issues. So that is another reason why you may want to have a wardrobe of moisturizers, because your skincare needs can change. Now, for instance, like, I've done really well with not having many breakouts within the last, I'd say maybe, I don't know, I wasn't really measuring it. Maybe like the last 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, maybe not that long. On wood. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to knock on the neighbor's wall. And that's concrete, not wood. I haven't had that issue in a while, but just in case I do, I have my wardrobe of moisturizers at the ready. And another reason why you may want a wardrobe of moisturizers, say you travel a lot and you're traveling to different climates, and then even in the plane, you might want to put something that's a little bit more hydrating on, because the air is just like, ugh. And then say you live someplace cold and you go in someplace tropical, or vice versa, and you're traveling and there's just so many different climates, you too will want a wardrobe of moisturizers. So, and of course, when you're going out during the day, whether it's winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever, even if it's cloudy, you want to make sure that you're wearing sunscreen. Typically, your daytime moisturizer will have an SPF in it, but if you have a favorite that doesn't have SPF in it, you can get a product that you can put over your moisturizer, or mix in with your moisturizer, that's going to provide you sun protection. Typically, they come in serums. You can get a powder. You can get a primer. There's so many different products that are just sunscreen alone that you can add in addition to your moisturizer. Now, I've gone over the reasons why you would want sun protection, other than the fact that the sun's harmful rays can cause a lot of damage to the skin. The sun's harmful rays are one of the biggest culprits in breaking down the collagen. The collagen is that protein in your skin that keeps your skin taut. So the sun kind of breaks that down. Not only that, the products that you're using, if you're using exfoliants, whether physical or chemical, if you're using something to get rid of dark spots, if you're using something to smooth your skin's texture, chances are there are a lot of skincare products that make the skin more sensitive to the sun. So you're just opening yourself up for like some bad news. So just, you know, put the SPF on, and then if you don't, play with the sun if you want to. This is my stance. Play. I'll give you the information. You don't want to heat it. Play with the sun if you want to. Now, I'll briefly talk about a wardrobe of nighttime moisturizers, but your wardrobe of nighttime moisturizers is probably not going to be as vast as your daytime moisturizers. Typically because when you're asleep, you want something that has a little bit more of an active ingredient, or maybe is more hydrating, might be even heavier and, you know, a little slightly heavier in texture. Although with technology these days, there are formulas that are very hydrating, that are super weightless. So you don't necessarily have to slather on a very heavy night cream. But you also may want a wardrobe of night creams, because, don't you like how I say wardrobe of? But you may want a wardrobe of night creams, because your skincare needs may change. Especially as you're like if you're 25 and up and you're noticing like changes in your skin, you may want to switch it up a bit with your nighttime moisturizer. I don't know why my hand is going up like this, but anyway. So that is that on the wardrobe of moisturizers. Leave me a comment below. What moisturizers do you love? Which ones do you use? Which ones have you tried? Which ones do you hate? Just talk moisturizers in the comments below. If you have questions, leave them below. I'll answer as many as I can. And follow me on social. I'll have the links in the description box. I'll also have some links to some, let me put this arm down. I'll also have some links in the description box to some really great skincare posts that I've written. So there's one on, you know, if you don't have a skincare regimen, here's how you start. There's one on, you know, things that you shouldn't do if you have oily skin. There's how to start a nighttime routine. There's the importance of the nighttime routine, which is kind of intertwined. There's just a lot of skincare stuff in there. How to get rid of dark spots, how to deal with adult acne. Just get in the description box and just swim in the knowledge of my skincare posts. Did I say follow me on social? If I did not say follow me on social, follow me on social. Subscribe to this channel. Ring the notification bell so you know when I have a new upload. And I will see you fine folks in my next video. Bye, guys.